Yeah. I have a shameful admission. My fiance bought at Trader Joe's a massive bag of crostinis. I'm talking about there was like 150 crostinis in this bag.
You knocked them all down?
Bro, that bag didn't last 36 hours.
It's hard to stop eating the crostinis.
Yeah. What the hell is that?
You know what they have at I don't like Trader Joe's. I think it's overrated.
You don't like TJ's?
No, but do you know what they have there? Harry and David pears.
Mm.
The Harry and David pears are the best pears on the planet. Shout out to the pears. But they have the best pears, Harry and David, but usually you have to buy them. It was mail order. Harry and David. There's a couple of Harry and David stores. I think there's one at Aventura Mall. But they're selling them now at Trader Joe's. I am telling you, Solana, if you've never had Harry and David pears before, it's $9.99. You get 6 pears. The best pear you'll ever eat in your life. In your life. Also, Chris Grier was fired.
That's $1 plus per pair? That's crazy.
That's how good these pears are.
Good.
If you're buying cheap pears, that's on you. But these are good pears.
Granny Smith apple, 30 cents.
I have to say, in all honesty, and I like Chris Grier, and I was a proponent for Chris Grier. You know how I was when Stephen Ross at the end of last season said the big 3 are coming back. I was like, yeah, I'm down with it. Big 3 are coming back. Well, I was the only one referring to them as the big 3. But you could make the case that Chris Grier was the most unsuccessful general manager. You'd have to, do longer than, say, 3 years or whatever in the history of the NFL. I'm not kidding you. For the amount of time and to never have had a playoff win, never.
It had to be, Hawk. It had to be like back in the day, the Buccaneers, the Browns recently. There's been some terrible teams.
Okay. How about the most unsuccessful tenure of an NFL executive in the history of the league? Because he has been there 26 years.
Yeah.
That's essentially the entire amount of time that they are devoid of a playoff win. And again, I'm not just crapping on Chris Grier because I happen to like him, but for those, who are saying, was it really the GM? No, last night was not the GM's fault. No, it was not. But he has not had a successful tenure.
No, not at all. And all the good picks you could name, there's a lot of bad ones. But like you're saying, on success level of the teams that I've been a part of constructing, I've never won a playoff game. That's damning.
I mean, that's kind of damning.
I don't know if this is accurate or not. I read this by a couple different people this morning. Chris Grier went the longest tenure as a general manager in the NFL in the history of the league without a playoff win.
Well, how long was he technically the general manager?
That's why I don't know exactly where they're starting his general managership.
Because if it's an entire tenure at the team,
correct.
Of course, but he didn't have personnel say at the beginning.
Which is why I kind of couched it with I really want to check this.
But most he's been there at least 10 years, right?
2016 is when he became a general manager, but that was a little bit murky because he was sharing decision powers with another general manager. I started at 2018.
Someone's chatting in. Hawk doesn't remember Matt Millen, but I don't think Matt Millen stayed 10 years as the GM. What was he, the GM of Detroit? I think Matt Millen was Detroit when he was terrible. Was he there 10 years without a playoff win?
No. That's what you're saying. That tenure is a big part of it because that's a long time. How many rebuilds was that?
How many coaches? How many rebuilds? You have that's a lot of time, and that's a low bar, by the way. Hey, deliver us one playoff win in a decade. That's kind of a low bar if you can't do that.
Yes, you're right. That's like you said, you can argue. You can't argue his tenure was a success at all.
No.
Yeah, so that's why they had to get rid of him, And you can't even say he had bad coaches because he was a part of picking those coaches out. So he thought Gase was good. He thought McDaniel was good. He thought Brian Flores, which he probably is good. He thought, who was before that? Philbin? No, he was a part of all those guys.
Hand-selected Flores and McDaniel for sure. Hawk, if Chris Grier today is putting together his resume He's going to go try to get another job in another front office, maybe not as a GM, but just a job. And they're going to ask him, what can you point to in Miami as a reason why we should hire you? What does he point to? The 2023 team that blew a 3-game division and lost by a division lead and lost by double digits in the first round of the playoffs. Like, genuinely, I don't know. Is that the bright spot of Chris Grier's GM tenure in Miami, the 2023 season?
He would have to go players that are very good, and I evaluated them, like Robert Hunt, which isn't on the team anymore, or Javon Holland.
Right. A lot of the players would be. Well, I don't know if Javon is having a great season. I'm not certain you'd point to him
again. Yeah, he got hurt again.
Trading for Tyreek, that's his best move, right?
Trading for Tyreek.
But it's not like you finagled anything. You paid a guy a bunch of money who
like he wanted a giant payday, and you said we'll give it to him.
But he still pulled it off. I mean, there were I'm sure other teams that could have pulled that trade off. They did not. The Laramie Tunsil trade, where he got a boatload of picks back. I mean, he didn't use them well.
Right.
But I'm just saying, like, if you're looking, like, what was the bright spot of Chris Grier's time here as GM?
I think you hit it on the head. Laramie Tunsil is the best one I've heard so far.
He built the F1 track, right?
No.
Tom Garfinkel, Chris Grier. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Tom Garfinkel's great at his job. the business of the Dolphins is booming.